Hey guys, this is Andrew with the Sandbox, and I'm going to take you through the RICOH Theta S, one of the simplest, most basic 360 cameras on the market. This one actually takes a lower resolution video than the other cameras we're using, the Key, Mish, and the Gear. But it's a pretty good camera for a first-timer. It's very, very lightweight, portable, very simple, very easy to use, and actually can take some pretty decent quality 360 still photos, which I'll get into the benefits behind that a little bit later on. But anyway, let's get started with the basic functions. We got 3 buttons here on the side. The power button's the one at the top. The one in the middle has to do with the Wi-Fi signal, and we'll get into that as we talk about the mobile app. And the mode button at the bottom is what you can use to change between still photo and video mode. So let's turn it on. We actually can just tap it. We don't have to hold down the button for this. So when you turn it on, it lights up here in the front. The button right up here at the top basically just means that the camera is up and a decent amount of power. This will turn red if the battery starts to get low. The flashing Wi-Fi signal, again, we'll get into that as we talk about the app, but basically this just means the camera is sending out a Wi-Fi signal and it can be picked up on any nearby mobile devices. And the video camera icon here, this is sort of the mode light, and as you push the mode button you can see it changes between still photo camera and video camera. Alright, and this big button here in the center is our recording button, so just press that, and when it's flashing red that means the video camera is running. And we can stop. And that should be all you need to start just generally record with the camera on its own out in the field. I would definitely recommend mounting it on a tripod, which you can do down here. When you do, I would keep the lens around or just below your eye level. And I think that should take care of it. Oh, I mean, obviously you want to make sure you're not standing, the camera is not too close to you, too close to a wall, too close to moving objects. That can interfere with the kind of picture that you're going to get, especially at the stitch lines. And that should take care of it. Now, if you want to get into kind of the specifics, you want to fine-tune it, especially in photo mode as far as the camera settings. If you want to control the camera remotely, you're going to need the mobile app to do that. Alright, let's take a look at the Theta S mobile app. Now the way that we connect this to the camera is not through a Bluetooth signal, but via Wi-Fi. So that is where the Wi-Fi button on the camera and the little flashing icon here at the bottom come into play, because right now the camera is sending out a signal that we can pick up via Wi-Fi on our phone. So the connection that we're going to be looking for here is this one, the one that starts with Theta XS and ends in .osc. So we're going to select that. And by the way, if it prompts you for a password, it's not in this case, but if it does to you, the password that you're going to enter is that sequence of numbers between the XS and the .osc. So just enter that and you'll be connected. So now that we're connected, let's take a look at the Theta S app, which is also available for free. It starts us off in a little gallery here, device images, device being mobile device in this case. These are in our phone's picture gallery. Cam images is our main area of interest because this shows us, hang on a second. Okay, cam images is our main area of interest because this shows us video files and pictures that are being stored currently in our camera's memory. So if we were to select one of these, so your phone is downloading it. Basically what it's doing is it's transferring the video file from the camera's memory onto the mobile device using the Wi-Fi connection that we've set up between the two. Now notice in this case it's actually downloading pretty quickly because this is a very short clip. In reality, I would say the downloading time obviously depends on how long the clip is, and just to be on the safe side, I would give 2 minutes for every 1 minute of video that you're downloading. And once the video is finished transferring, you can preview it here on your phone. There's a little video player that you can view in 360 degrees. a share option where you can post the video directly to Facebook or YouTube. And the video is now visible on the transferred section of cam images. It's the one right here on the top. So, with that taken care of, let's take a look at the way that we can use this app to remotely control our camera and adjust it. So, we're going to click on this icon here at the bottom right corner with a little RICOH Theta camera shaped logo on it. And this is where we can start and stop recording in video mode. Now, you'll want to keep an eye on how much battery and memory we have left, and you'll notice both of those at the bottom half of the screen. As you'll notice, there aren't a whole lot of settings either to change because video mode doesn't have those in the RICOH Theta. Anything that affects the quality of the image, white balance, shutter speed, iris, that's all set to automatic in video mode. Really the only thing you control is the size, and you're always going to want to shoot in 1920 by 1080 anyway. Even at that setting, the video is at somewhat of a lower resolution, so you'll want to keep that in mind. But otherwise, it's basically a simple matter of pushing the large button here in the middle. And there you go, it's recording. And so this is going to be useful to you if you need to remotely control the camera because you're setting up a shot or trying to get out of the shot. Whatever the case, all you have to do is make sure the resolution is set right and start and stop. So with all the limitations in video mode, you might consider using the RICOH for taking 360-degree still photos. Now, photo mode, which you can activate either by pressing the button on the camera or setting the photo camera mode right here at the top of the app. The photo mode not only gives you a higher resolution and a better quality image, but also more manual control over the camera settings, which I'll show you in a minute, and as you'll notice here, a preview window. It's a little bit jittery and buggy on my phone, but I think that's more my phone than anything else. So let's start by taking a look at our options here. First handful of menu options we can find are that little menu icon at the upper right corner of the screen. The display mode is the preview window that we're looking at. You can view it in full screen as we were just doing, or in panorama, which shows you everything that both spheres are picking up. Or you can turn it off. I like to keep it at full screen. Shooting method, there are a couple of adjustments you can make. Interval shooting is very useful for making 360 time lapses because this is where you can program the camera to shoot a photo every X number of seconds. Self-timer shooting, that is if you want to add a sort of countdown timer between when you press the button and when the camera takes the shot. Image size, I would keep it to its highest setting. In this case, it's 5376 by 2688. And again, the number of still images you can take and the battery level. And now the actual camera adjustments you can adjust by pressing the little arrow on the bottom right corner of the screen. Now there are a couple of settings here. There are different presets that you can make adjustments with. And the preview window will show you in real time how the adjustments look. So you can set these things up in advance until you're happy with the image. On auto, everything adjusts automatically, although you can manually adjust the exposure. Turn it up or down. And choose noise reduction if you're in an area with a lot of contrast and light, because it'll reduce a lot of the visual grain that you get in the picture. So aside from auto, you have shutter priority, which allows you to adjust the white balance and the shutter speed. And for the white balance settings, they're all presets. There is auto, of course. You can also set it to daylight, indoors, overcast, and a couple of settings for incandescent light and fluorescent light. So I would just play around with it and see which one looks the best to you. We can also set the ISO priority, the camera's sensitivity to light. And if we're in a very highly lit place, we can get away with turning it down. And manual, where you control everything from the shutter speed and the ISO to the white balance. And again, just go with whatever option looks the best to you. When you've got the settings the way you want them, you're ready to start shooting. And that's the end of our quick start tutorial for the RICOH Theta S. Now when you've got some photos or video clips and you want to upload them and get ready for post-production, then I'll see you in the workflow tutorial. Until then, thank you for watching.